Hello! Danny again from the Egocast channel, and I want to do the news. I haven't been able to do the news for a long time because the news just became not news. Like, it was stuff that, it was like Russia and all this kind of stuff, and it was like, this isn't new. You know, I want new news. I don't want the same news. I want new news. It's news! It's not olds. So, I wanted to fucking get at a time, I just stopped watching. And I came back today. Because I was like, yesterday's video made me want to watch the news. So I watched the news, and what did I return to find out? It's still not new. But, there is Don Lemon.
I am surprised, and quite honestly, that more people aren't outraged, and I am surprised that the White House Correspondents' Press Association has not taken a harder stance on this. And I am surprised that everyone sitting in that room, that you're the only one standing out there on a limb saying, this is not right.
Don, we already went through all this the last time that they decided to do this press gaggle thing. And you all lost your shit. And we went through it. We went through it. They can do that. They can do it. And you're still going to get all the information that is relayed, Don. So that's why you're the only one that's still surprised. Because you work for CNN, man.
Well, my friend April Ryan did chime in today and say that was a legitimate
April's
question.
Come in, and I'm going to bring her in. But let me say this,
Don,
Jim.
I think it's a great question.
Here's what I want to say.
The man is a master interviewer. Honestly, it's amazing to watch him work.
If I'm a member of the White House press corps.
Yeah, see, fuck the guests. We don't even need to see the goddamn guests. All I want to see is Don fucking Lemon, baby. Woo!
And Fox News asks a question and Sean Spicer doesn't answer, then I'm going to ask the same question. And if they don't answer that question at CNN, then I would expect NBC and CBS and ABC and the AP and everybody else to ask the question, especially the one about why aren't the cameras rolling over and over and over again until you get an answer or until they're fed up with and of not answering.
So you'd want everybody to just be annoying. Like, all right, here's the thing. In these press briefings, they get all of them together and they go, all right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you these statements. These are the official statements from the White House, and then I will open up the floor to questions. He reads the whole long fucking thing, and then they do questions, right? Everybody in the room isn't fucking blindfolded. It's not like there's no visual capacity for the people that are in the room. There's just no cameras can be on. That's it. They can still do recordings. They can still do all that shit. They just can't have fucking cameras rolling. That's it. It's not like Sean Spicer's passing around secret messages in paper. So you still get to hear everything that's said. Everything. So you would want to waste your question to say, why aren't the cameras on? Especially if 3 other people before you just asked, why aren't the cameras on? And they said, because we don't want them on? And, like, Don, fucking, there's more important things to talk about with the fucking press secretary than why the cameras aren't on.
But I think the camera I think that someone has to take a stand and turn the cameras on and see what the ramifications are, because they can't kick everybody out.
No, Don, but they will kick one person out. And when everybody else sees that one person get kicked out, they're going to go, well, he can lose his job. I ain't getting kicked out. Like, it's these people's jobs, man. When the press secretary for the United States says, turn the cameras off, like, who cares? I don't really care to look at the man the whole fucking time he talks. Like, he looks goofy. So fucking, these are great for me, because I don't have to watch him. I'm not bound to fucking sitting in front of the screen and watching what happens. I can wander about the house. I can do whatever I need to do. It's awesome. I love it.
And it is the American people's cameras and not the White House cameras. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I am outraged by this. I can't believe that people aren't standing up for...
It's the people's cameras. Dawn. The people's cameras. They're so grandiose. They view themselves to be so grandiose, don't they?
I agree with you wholeheartedly, and let me ask it this way. Let's put it another way. Let's say during the Obama administration, during the height of the Obamacare debate, the Obama White House said, we're turning the cameras off in the briefing room.
Well, can I still hear what they're going to say?
Mm-hmm. What would...
Oh, well, thanks, Don.
I mean, people would lose their minds in this town. What if the cameras were turned off during the Benghazi investigation?
Well, there were a lot of times where the cameras were turned off during the Benghazi investigation. There was a whole lot of closed-door, confidential, top-secret meetings and the questionings that happened throughout the whole fucking thing. And they weren't allowed to record that shit. So what the fuck are you talking about?
What would our friends over at Fox News say about that? And so, this is not a partisan issue. This is about access. And when you turn the cameras off, you are taking away a layer of accountability. It's as simple as that. I don't...
The visual layer. That's it. Are you honestly telling me that you seriously think that, like, if they came out and said, they're saying no video, gotta turn all the cameras off, people, sorry, no video. If Sean Spicer walked out fucking naked, you think that would go unnoticed? You think one of those reporters might not go, I think he want the cameras off because he came in naked? Like, if something crazy happened visually, if Sean just opened fire into the fucking crowd, we'd know about it, man. Like, what the fuck are you...
I don't know why this is being caught up in some sort of partisan debate and why we're being cast in a certain way by raising this issue. This is just about openness and transparency in government. What are the politicians hiding?
Well, you know what? I decided that it's just not good enough for me to scream at you guys that fuck it, it's ridiculous that they're even talking about this. You need proof. We need proof. So if there's proof out there, then I should be able to find it relatively easy. So what do I type in? I typed in no camera briefing. That's it. No camera briefing. And I found this. What is this? Let's give it a listen. It's very nice. I didn't realize Sean Spicer had such a beautiful voice. Oh, what the fuck happened to the music? I mean, I don't know what you guys
I want to say at the top,
but this sounds like a fucking press briefing.
Decision on the president's executive order. The president was
I'm
honored
looking at
by
Sean
the
Spicer.
9-0 decision that allows
He's not
him to use an
moving.
important tool to protect.
But
our
that's
nation's
not really
homeland.
taken away from what
His
he's
number one
saying.
responsibility as commander in chief.
You know what I
is to
mean?
keep
Like,
the American
he's
people
still
safe, and that's exactly
he's telling you what's going on with the president.
In terms
What
of
the
next
president
steps,
thinks about shit.
the government's reviewing the decision.
New things
and
that are
determining
happening.
How to proceed going
You get
forward.
to listen to this.
The decision
If you
obviously
want
just came
to.
down a few hours ago,
You can listen to the whole
so
fucking
we'll probably
thing,
have further guidance
including
for
the
you
questions.
As it becomes
You can
available.
even be
In the
there
meantime,
to
I would
hear
suggest
when
you reach
that
out to the
dummy
Department
fucking
of
gets up to
Justice,
ask his question
as
and
they-
goes,
as
"Why are we
details
not allowed to
become
have the cameras on?"
The Supreme
Everybody
Court
else
also
is
today handed
asking
down its own
about
decision in the Trinity
fucking
Lutheran
Russian
case.
collusion with
That was a
Obama
7-2 decision,
and
which is a significant
I don't even
victory
fucking know.
for
I didn't
religious
listen to it.
liberty
Probably
and an
North Korea
affirmation of the
shit,
First
fucking
Amendment
other
right
stuff,
of all
goddamn
Americans.
solar
The
wall.
court
I'm sure
recognized
they
there's a
bring
clear
up at
difference
some
between
point.
the government supporting a
But
particular
fucking
religion
CNN, what do
and the
they do?
government simply treating all
They
people the
ask
same,
about
fairly
why the
regardless
cameras are
of
off.
their religion. This ruling reaffirms that the government
Who
cannot
gives a
discriminate
shit?
against
The
individuals
fucking cameras
or
are off.
organizations simply because
He's giving the
they
fucking
or their leaders
briefing.
hold
Ask a pertinent
religious
question,
beliefs.
you
The
Nimrod.
president believes
What in the
America's
hell is
stronger
wrong
when
with
people
you?
of faith and their organizations can exercise their religion freely, and he's pleased with today's ruling.
This is just
In
ridiculous.
terms of the rest of the schedule this week, it's going to be extremely
So, anyways,
busy and action-packed. leading up
Yeah.
to the July 4th weekend.
I think I'll
the
put a
president's
dildo
subsequent trip to
in Sean
Poland
Spicer's
and the
face or
G20.
something like that.
This week we're going to wrap up a month-long focus on American jobs.
So what other not really news is there out there?
Thing one tonight, an update on the presidential power grab. We've chronicled President Trump's odd and aggressive style of shaking hands, the yank and pull he uses on members of his staff as well as world leaders.
Do you hear how he described that? It's almost like he's describing a rape. Like it's this aggressive and powerful and he uses all of these like bad words to describe it. It's terrible. This man's handshake. Yeah, he's fucking weird and sure he's probably kind of a dick. But I think it was Kreskin. Amazing Kreskin. Old magician. Most of you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Amazing Kreskin. He used to fucking great. When he'd shake people's hand, he would crush the ever-loving shit out of your hand. Because his hands were so strong. I don't know if he was a dick or if he just didn't realize his own fucking strength. But from doing all of the manipulation magic that he used to do, his hands got really strong and he would crush fuckers' hands. So, Donald Trump's kind of a dick about handshaking with people. Whatever. But it's like the way they describe it.
But today he welcomed a leader with his own preferred style of greeting. That would be India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has a habit of hugging, either out of personal choice or what may be his own kind of power move. Modi often opts for the embrace.
The embrace. It's the terminology, Maybe it's his own power grab. That's our unbiased talking. But, he goes for the embrace. Fucking dick.
So what happened when Prime Minister Modi met with President Trump at the White House today, and what did not happen? That's thing two in 60 seconds. President Trump welcomed India.
No, I'm cutting it here, and I left that all in because I want you to understand this. This is on TV, right? So, this was important enough that they had it bookending a commercial break. That was the setup to a grander point that they thought you were going to sit through a commercial to see. Like...
Is Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the White House today, and in keeping with the Prime Minister's penchant for hugging, well, there was an abundance. 2 bear hugs before cameras in the Rose Garden, instead of President Trump's typical yank and pull handshake. While the leaders of the largest democracies in the world comfortably embraced each other, they notably declined to engage with the press.
So he builds it up to this fucking thing where it's like Trump's this aggressive person and this other guy's a nice hugger, but there really is no story here. So it's like, yeah, they hugged a couple of times, but they were dicks to the press, man. And secondly, thing two, if you will, what the fuck? Really? Could you have maybe picked a less fucking gay picture than this? It looks like Donald Trump's about to fucking kiss him. Like, come on, man. This is... Really? You gotta do this? Come on, dude. Oh, that looks so queer. But I am gonna keep that picture.
Refusing to take questions and ignoring shouted questions.
Well, why do you think they would ignore shouted questions? Because they probably came out and said, we're not taking questions. We don't have time for this shit. And people are shouting questions. That's rude, first of all. And fuck you, man. Like, yeah, they didn't take the shouted questions. Big surprise.
President Trump did address the media during his remarks, saying he and Prime Minister share a preferred method of communication with the public.
Is that what it sounded like to you? Because that's not the way it sounded to me.
I'm proud to announce to the media, to the American people, and to the Indian people that Prime Minister Modi and I are world leaders in social media. We're believers, giving the citizens of our countries the opportunity to hear directly from their elected officials and for us to hear directly from them. I guess it's worked very well in both cases.
See, that sounded to me like he said, We don't need the news. But whatever. About Donald Trump's tweets, though. How is he getting in trouble today?
Welcome back to our broadcast. As we mentioned, another busy day for the president on Twitter, but Americans aren't the only ones watching what he says in that medium. This Washington Post piece comes from a former CIA veteran. Quote, "This is what foreign spies see when they read President Trump's tweets."
You want to know what foreign spies actually learn when they read Donald Trump's tweets? Other than just what they learn from reading the tweets. Obviously, whatever it is he says in the tweets is whatever it is he says in the tweets. And we can dissect that all day long. But that's not what they do in this fucking thing, and it's long and it's drawn out and it's boring as all shit. You watch it if you want to. It's linked down below. But they're like, what deeper meaning can they get? You know, what is the president thinking about whenever he's doing these tweets? And blah, blah, blah. Well, you find all that shit out in the tweets. So, what is it that they're really figuring out? They're figuring out when the man's taking a shit. That's when they're figuring out. They're clocking his bowel movements. If that helps, damn, that sucks. But I don't really think that's going to help. Because seriously, the dude probably only has a free moment to tweet before he goes to bed, right when he gets up, or whenever he's taking his shit. Like, and he's thinking about whatever it is he's thinking about, that he tweets about, but it's what he's pondering while he's taking a dump. Big fucking deal. So, Nancy Pelosi's fucking crazy, right?
You want me to sing my praises? Is that what you're saying? Why should I? Well, I'm a master legislator.
And I am a masturbate.
I am a strategic, politically astute.
Is that supposed to stand for something? Is that like slut? Strategically... I don't know.
Leader. They will always make a target. Senator Reid was a target. Senator Daschle was a target. Tip O'Neill was a target. I am a target.
Yeah, but if I was there, I would then ask Nancy, which president is making you a target?
With President Bush. Excuse me.
Nancy.
But I think I'm worth the trouble, quite frankly.
So, apparently the Democrats are questioning whether or not Nancy Pelosi is the proverbial albatross around their neck. And it's kind of funny, because I remember, like, one of the last times I did the news, about a month ago, Nancy Pelosi said this about the Democratic Party.
Oh my gosh, in terms of unity, 100% unified.
Well, apparently, Nancy, somewhere along the way, in the last month, they've lost faith in you. I don't know why. But there's cool stuff going on in technology. Let's check it out.
Okay, and another barrage, please. You have complete free reign. Fire as many times as you want until that ship is destroyed.
A partnership between games developer Ubisoft and IBM is experimenting with speech recognition to enhance one of the first social virtual reality gaming experiences, Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Now, speaking as somebody who has an Oculus Rift and knows what this kind of experience would actually look like, that looks so motherfucking cool.
As of today, not only can players interact with each other on the virtual bridge, when you play as the captain, you can give verbal commands to non-player crew members.
Fire on my target. Helm, full speed ahead.
Dude, seriously, I'm the type of person that if I own my own home, when this game came out, I would devote a room of my house and I would like set it up like the bridge in the game to where shit was spaced out, to where like if you wanted to go wander around the fucking bridge, you could. Like, I don't know if you could actually even do it in the game, but if you can, I would totally set up a whole room just to play this game in with people, because god damn, that looks like fucking fun.
Speaking to the Journal, creative director of the game, David Votipka, says IBM Watson is much more powerful than the older kind of voice recognition technology, which relied on keywords that the computer would recognize.
I remember the first time that they came out with a game where you could talk to the game and it would do what you fucking told it to do. It was a game called, I don't know if it was actually the first, but it was the first one that I got. It was a game called Lifeline, and it was out for the PlayStation 2. And I spent like $50 fucking just to get a goddamn headset to play the fucking thing, because Tony. But so what it was is like your character was essentially a dude in like a security room, and you had a headset, and the girl on the TV had a headset, and you controlled her, like you fought with her with the controller and shit like that. But for the most part, you would talk to her. You would tell her to do stuff like look at the door, open the door, close this, open that, pick up that. You would tell her to do stuff, but it was very specific. Like the things that you could tell her to do that she would actually do. So you essentially would need to have like a thesaurus next to you so that you could look up words to try and figure out what she would actually react to. I mean, it was a goddamn nightmare of a fucking game. But this sounds pretty fucking cool, man.
You don't have to say specifically raise shields, and that's the only phrase you can use. You can say like, we need shields up now. And Watson will be like, okay, the player is trying to tell me to raise the shields. So it gives the players a lot of natural language and not a lot of natural options, and it's...
No! That is fucking bullshit. There are STARFLEET fucking regulations, and there are certain phrases that have to be used for regulation travel through space. Every fucking good captain knows this shit. That's kind of bullshit. Like, it shouldn't allow that. The computer shouldn't recognize non-specific fucking commands. STARFLEET fucking regulations. This is bullshit. You start doing this shit, and then you're gonna have helmsmen just fucking taking off without a fucking call to actually engage the fucking warp drive. Lives are fucking risk on these goddamn ships. Lots of fucking people. This is stupid.
Yeah, that's it. Line us up, helmsman. Did I say engage? No.
Fucking anarchy. Regulations.